anybody. Homeless, I was homeless in '67 when I got out from Vietnam. I've been there. It's a tough goddamn road. Be respectful, please, but don't be a jerk if you're homeless.
Glenn, John, Chris Brocate, and John Schubert. And once again, Sheriff, at 7:30, if you need to depart, please do so.
And this gentleman, I'm going to leave what cards I have in my pocket, and there's going to be at least a couple of people here from the sheriff's office. If you can ask them questions.
Great, thank you.
Yes, my name is Mark Emmett. I've had meetings with everybody on this panel that come up in the last year to come up with solutions for this community. And it just goes on and on. I have compassion for the homeless people that want to help themselves and are willing to take services. But there's a certain element in this town that we're talking about that are drug use, drug dealing, right in the middle of the town, obvious. I've spent 30 years in public safety in the worst part of Oakland, and this is way worse than that. With the drug people have become empowered here, okay? And they do it right in front of everybody. They leave their needles right on Main Street, and it's really totally out of control. This part of what's going on in this community is broken badly. It's disgraceful, and we have about 4 months before the tourists come in, and if it's not cleaned up, and what's happening is this frustration is boiling over. You have all these people that showed up, and it's going to get worse and worse. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. So once again, John, John, come on, Schubert, good to see you. And Otto, Gwen, John, Chris, Brocate.
Don't you leave yet, Sheriff. Get back over here.
He had a family commitment that actually he was supposed to be at 7 o'clock, but he asked to stay a little longer, so.
I'm nice to see you, boss. Have a good evening. For those who don't know, I was the deputy sheriff here for 39 years.
However, are we going to bring you out of retirement?
I'm from both sides of the argument here. The one thing I want to say right off the beginning, the homeless are degrading our community. The problem here with homelessness, it's a double-edged sword. Sue Kerr just stood up here and talked about how it is ruining the business. What about the rest of the merchants that are trying to make a living here and to have the homeless, etc., chase off the tourists? Now that affects the community, because the fewer tourists you have, the less bed tax comes into our coffers. The less sales tax comes into our coffers. Those coffers help pay for our deputies here. Also the others of the school, etc. Why are we expending more money to provide services that attract more homeless? Why can't we take those funds and direct them in another direction? As far as George's Hideaway, Monsanto Station, I am in the works right now of applying it as a historical landmark with the state. Twice now with Frank and Mary Robertson in saving the Gurnville Bridge and the Restorer Historical Society, Jane Berry, and Save Marshall House. That's 2 I've got going in a row, and I'll fight you on George's Hideaway.
Sounds like we're going to try for a 3 for 3, but it's good to see you here, John. Otto.
Hi, my name is Otto Lewis, and I have a mental health question and with street life. A little background. I personally started the First Friday Art Walk of Boonville with the idea of promoting the creative economy year-round, the local creative economy, and part of the uptick in new businesses are art galleries and studios that I personally know them, and we have new businesses with that. Secondly, I've been in the trenches with friends at Five Creek with Fear the Mermaid. The bridges, and we got Five Creek cleaned up. We didn't wait for like personal belongings to be in cabinets. There were abandoned cabinets and tons of trash and filth. But back to my point with mental health is I have a concern. There's an appearance of deranged mental health issues in our streets and repeat personalities that are taken away and come back, and it seems to be catch and release. I don't see any outgoing outreach going to the encampments and the bridges to where they are. And these are people who don't use the shelter. They're not, they might have issues with violence or anger, or they don't come into your services, the West Palm Community Services. So is there a crisis mobile outreach unit that goes to where they are to assess their situation? And when is it defined with, what is it, 5150? 5150 is officers or clinicians can involuntarily confine a person suspected of having mental health disorders and are a danger to themselves or the public. That's the appearance. We don't have safe streets.
So thank you all. I think there was so Mary, do you want to touch on the mental health issue? I mean, this is certainly a topic that deserves more than just a minute or two to respond.
Yeah, no, I think it's a huge issue, and the health center has not had the resources to actually do the kind of assessments and going out in the community. I think that the host program has been doing some of those things. Is that correct? But they're not doing it. So, but we're trying to get there. Definitely.
It seems like if you go out your front door, there's a parking lot full of people who need help.
Oh, yeah.
And may not come into your door
Yeah,
inside.
and we do have, and that's our intention with this federal funding that we received to try to build out our staffing so that we'll be able to have a psychiatric nurse practitioner, a nurse case manager, and some other services to be able to support.
Yeah, I would like to see some sort of a patrol, like on a monthly or weekly, probably monthly basis, just to get out, go where they are and assess, just who they are. I did it over the bridge. I personally know Alexi. She goes around screaming and yelling, and all I do, you just engage her, and we ask her to help us help you and keep your camp clean, and instead of just trashing and hoarding, there's dumpster divers that go in and they haul all down the Five Creek behind Dawn Ranch and West Sonoma Inn. We personally go there every week and patrol it under the bridge, 116.
I was one of the first ones here, right? I couldn't hear that. Speak up. Okay, I'm back.
So Peggy, I apologize. I'm just taking these in the order that they were handed to me. So
But I couldn't sit there anymore.
fair enough. Fair enough. No, please.
People keep saying where the homeless come from. In the 1970s, President Reagan opened the doors and provided nothing, absolutely nothing for the people coming out of the state hospitals to go to. They're still trying to catch up with that. So if you want to blame someone for the homelessness, don't blame the people.
That's right.
It's being homeless. Think of it. You don't have a home.
So if you could maybe direct a question or comments to the panel.
If you don't have a home, where are you gonna go? If you don't have a home, you don't lose dignity. You don't have to lose your integrity. You are a person.
That's right.
And just because someone is homeless, it's the homelessness that's the problem, not the people. And if there's a handful of people having a hard time, Guerneville, I was here in the 80s, you stood up and helped the gay people. You helped the AIDS people. Where are you now?
Yeah.
I have such pride in this town because they stand up, because there's people and organizations like these people that care.
That's right.
Every single one of you that is complaining, take that energy. Turn it around and maybe go shake someone's hand. Get to know them, they're people.
So,
Pardon?
hey, folks, please. if you-
So my question is, what would Jesus do?
That's right.
So, just to be fair, Chris, come up. Chris, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to ask folks to bear with me for a second. I have about 20 cards or so left. Some folks may still be here, I recognize them. Some folks may have left already. Deborah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Chris, and what I'd like to do is invite Deborah up here to, if she wants to make any closing comments, remarks. I certainly have some, and I'd like to suggest that we have some follow-up items from things that we've heard, so that this is not the last discussion that the community has, because I certainly am not committed to that. But again, I want to be respectful for folks that filled the card out and wanted to speak. I'm going to stick around first, so you can come talk to me. If there's a question specific to any one of the panelists, I suggest you talk to them. But again, I want to be respectful. We told this school we'd be here until 7:30. They have to clear the room, prepare for tomorrow. So Chris, if you can just get to the 2 minutes now, and I'll give Deborah enough time to think of what she might say if she comes up. Okay? Okay.
Thanks, I'm Chris Brocade, I started Labor Day.
Hey, Chris.
I think you should just leave now.
Gosh, there's a lot to say, there's a lot of trash to talk about, that's for sure. Okay, honestly, I'd like to just start out by thanking Efren and everything that they've really done to help us move